Good day, everyone. My name is Basista Makpe, student of BYU Idaho Pathway, and I'm here to tell you how I was able to use API on my this school project. So what I did is that I created a Java this is HTML tags, which is really for weather, and I name is this session weather. Other tags are inside. Then I now use my JavaScript to select those stuff which I created from the DOM. I need to select it from the DOM. Where is that place? That is it. This is where I selected every this thing from the DOM. I give it a name. I selected it with my query selector, which is here. And what I did next is to go to openweather website, open account return, and created an API key. This is my API key. I created a generated one. I named it Barry, which is this is what I used for that thing. And I saved all these keys in a variable from my JavaScript files. I saved this stuff in a variable. Look at it. I saved it in a variable. My API key, I saved it in a variable, and with the help of Google Map, I was able to get the latitude and longitude of the area which I stay. Look at it, Port Harcourt. This is what I did. I searched Port Harcourt here. This is where I stay, and I click on this. It can give me the latitude and longitude, and I save this in my JavaScript files, which is, you can see, that is how this one is. That's how I got this data. And this other one, this URL, I put my URL. I collected it from the Open AI Open Weather in website, which is here. Sorry. Look at it. Document. If you click documentation, it will lead you to this place. Alright. I copied this. The latitude which I've already saved in a variable in my JavaScript, and now place the variable inside. Look at it here. Look at it here, and I put it after I saved it. Then I put it inside the same with alright. This is what I did. So I now use this function, and I use my asynchronous function to access those datas from the API, to call those data. What I do, asynchronous function, what I did, I asked it to fetch those data and wait for a response. I asked it to wait for a response. Look at it, this URL in this variable, I collected it, put it here, asked it to wait for that response, and I now did something to check for the data that have been collected. He checked for it. If the data is okay, then the response should be converted to a JSON data, which is what you say. You wait for it. After the response comes, you convert those into a JSON data. After those data have been converted to JSON data, and now invoke a function which I created down here. Look at it, to display those data in my HTML file which I created. Look at it. I collected the tan area of my HTML file which I already selected with my query. Then I now append it with the time date stuff. The same thing I did for almost all of them that is here. And I set the degree in the degree Fahrenheit. The same thing which I did here. Sunrise, sunset, on this thing. So this is how I applied this thing. This is how I use my API data. That is how I apply my data in my website. So thank you very much. Have a beautiful and a wonderful day.